Is it possible to conquer Barcelona in just a day and a half? To know the answer, you need to watch this video. I'm Tasina and this isn't just a vlog. This is a speed run. I optimized a route to hit 12 of the most iconic spots in Barcelona, from the mountains of Maragall to the beaches of Barceloneta, in just 36 hours. In this video, I am giving you my exact itinerary, the map and the mistakes you need to avoid so you can do the same. Welcome to Fullstack Nomads. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe. The mission started all the way back in Amsterdam. We headed down to Eindhoven airport because honestly we couldn't say no to the price. We snagged an insane deal on the tickets to Spain, so we just took the chance. But here is the catch. We didn't fly into Barcelona directly. We landed at Girona Costa Brava airport. Now Girona is absolutely beautiful and deserves its own trip. But we had a strict schedule to the big city, so we hopped on Sagales bus for a 2-hour ride straight to Estacio del Nord. It was 35 euros per person for a round trip and 22 euros for one way. Since the bus dropped us at Estacio del Nord, our first stop was practically next door, the Arc de Triomphe. And wow, what an entrance! Unlike most arcs that celebrate war, this one was built to welcome people to the 1888 World Fair. Seeing that massive red brickwork against the blue sky, it was the perfect official start to the speed run. We started heading to our next spot, but the travel hunger hit hard. We ducked into a local bakery and grabbed a quick pastry. I'm not kidding, flaky, warm, and absolutely delicious. Pro tip, do not skip the random bakery stops here. They are absolute lifesavers. Fueled up, we set our sights on the heart of the city, Plaza Catalunya. The walk there is honestly half the fun. We kept getting distracted by these vibrant souvenir shops. It takes serious willpower not to buy everything. You can just feel the energy rising and the crowds getting thicker the closer you get to the center. Finally, we reached the massive Plaza Catalunya. This isn't just a square, it's the absolute beating heart of Barcelona. It's where the old city meets the modern side, and honestly, the energy here is chaotic in the best way. But you can't talk about this place without mentioning the real owners of the square, the pigeons. There are hundreds of them. They are bold, they have zero personal space, and they're basically a tourist attraction all on their own. From the square, we walked straight onto the most famous street in the city, La Rambla. Now, full disclosure, since we visited in December, a huge chunk of it was blocked off for construction. The city is giving it a major facelift right now. But even with the barriers, the energy here is undeniable. And the best part? It acts as the perfect getaway. We took a turn off the main strip and headed straight into the Gothic Quarter. Then we dove into the Gothic Quarter. And this is where Barcelona really shows its age, in the best way. It's a literal medieval maze. The streets are so narrow and winding that Google Maps barely works. You are surrounded by towering ancient walls, hidden courtyards, and history at every turn. It feels mysterious and moody, and honestly, just getting lost here without a plan was one of the highlights of the trip. We also popped into the famous La Boqueria market right nearby. I'll be honest, while the colors and fruit displays are stunning for photos, it felt a bit overhyped. It was incredibly crowded and felt more like a tourist trap than a local food spot, so we didn't stay long. We checked into our Airbnb near Maragall station, which was a strategic win, well connected and central. For dinner, we found a Peruvian restaurant nearby, and it was incredible. The fried food was crispy, not oily at all, and the dessert absolutely chef's kiss. After that heavy dinner, we needed to walk it off, so we headed down to Barceloneta beach using the metro. Seeing the beach at night hits differently. It's quieter, breezier, and super peaceful. We just walked along the promenade for about an hour, soaking in the ocean air before heading back to crash for the night. Day 2 kicked off at 7 am sharp because we had a strict 10 am slot for Maragall. Here is the ultimate pro strategy. Take bus 24 or 92 to the Carmel entrance at the top. Most people try to hike up this steep hill, which is a nightmare. By starting at the top, you save the hassle, explore the park walking downhill, and then it's just an easy gravity-assisted stroll straight back to the city center. Entering from the top was the best decision we made. As soon as you step in, you realize this isn't just a park. It feels like walking into a hallucination. The first thing that hits you is the view. You can see the entire city grid is stretching out to the ocean, and because we were early, the light was absolutely golden. It felt less like a tourist site and more like a secret garden floating above Barcelona. Now, as an engineer, I was geeking out over Gaudi's design philosophy here. There are almost no straight lines, everything is organic. We walked through these massive stone viaducts that look like twisted tree trunks growing out of the ground. It's crazy to think this was built over 100 years ago. It's functional engineering, but it's completely camouflaged into nature. It's honestly the coolest back-end architecture I've ever seen. Then we made our way to the famous Nature Square, that huge terrace with the serpentine bench. The colors here are insane. It's beautiful, but full disclaimer, this is where everyone is. You have to fight a bit of a crowd to get that perfect photo with the gingerbread houses in the background. But the energy is undeniably fun. We spent about an hour and a half just wandering through the different paths. We saw the famous dragon on the stairs, grabbed our souvenir photos, and then began the walk down. And this is why you start at the top. The walk to our next stop, La Sagrada Familia, was a breezy 30-minute downhill stroll through quiet residential streets. It gave us a chance to cool down before hitting the city streets again. The walk to La Sagrada Familia had some surprises. We passed a local stadium where a women's match was in full swing, which was such a cool local vibe, but honestly, we were starving, so we ducked into a random Japanese spot on the way, and thank God we did. The portion sizes were absolutely massive. We walked out of there feeling full to the brim, maybe a little too full, but definitely recharged for the main event. And then we finally made it to the big boss, La Sagrada Familia. Nothing prepares you for the sheer scale of this thing. It's been under construction for over 40 years and it honestly looks like something from another planet. The level of detail on the facades is insane. It's like stone turning into liquid. Whether you look at it from the park across the street or stand right at the base, it is easily the most breathtaking building in Europe. From there, we started the walk down Passage de Gracia. This is basically the Champs-Élysées of Barcelona. The architecture here shifts completely. It's wider, fancier, and packed with luxury brands. But even if you aren't shopping, the street itself is a museum. You can feel the vibe change instantly as you head toward the block of Discord. And boom, right in the middle of it all, Casa Batlló, another Gaudi masterpiece. With that colorful dragon scale roof and bone-like balconies, you literally can't miss it. Next, we headed to Montjuic. We took a combo of the metro and a bus to get all the way to the summit. Now, there is a massive castle up here that you can pay to enter, but we skipped the ticket line. We went there for the fortress. We were there for the ride. We jumped on the cable car. It was 11 euros per person. And guys, this is a non-negotiable experience. First off, you are literally flying over the city. It's quiet, it's smooth, and you get this bird's eye view of the lush gardens below that you just don't expect in a busy city. Then you look out to the horizon and see the massive commercial port. Seeing the shipping containers and cruise ships from this height gives you such a different perspective on how huge Barcelona actually is. It feels industrial and cinematic at the same time. But the best part is spotting the landmarks we just visited. You can see the Sagrada Familia poking out of the skyline and the W Hotel by the beach. It's like looking at a real life map of our entire speedrun from the clouds. The cable car dropped us off right at the viewpoint, and the timing was immaculate. We got a full 360-degree panorama of the city right as the sun started to set. Seeing the sky turn pink over the Barcelona skyline, that was the main character moment of the trip. We weren't done yet. We rushed back to the city center to catch the Christmas lights in full force. The whole city just glows at night. We made our way to the Barcelona Cathedral, where the Christmas market was in full swing right on the steps. It was festive, chaotic, and the perfect magical finish to the speedrun. Standing in front of the Barcelona Cathedral at night is honestly surreal. The architecture is intense. You have these massive Gothic spires and gargoyles lighting up the dark sky. But right at its feet, the vibe flips completely. This is the Fira de Santa Lucia, the oldest Christmas market in the city. It's not just about the lights and sparkling ornaments, though. You have to spot the famous Catalan pooping log. Yes, I'm serious. It's a log with a smiley face that literally poops out presents for kids. You cannot make this stuff up. Walking through these crowded stalls, with that ancient cathedral looming above, it was the perfect mix of history, holiday chaos, and culture to end our trip. And that is how you speedrun Barcelona. We hit 12 iconic spots in just 36 hours, burned thousands of calories, and saw everything from Gaudi's masterpieces to the Mediterranean Sea. If you want my exact route and map, I've linked it in the description. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next run. I'll catch you in the next city.